Hello everyone, this is Tactical Analysis Gaming, coming at you live with something new today. We are going to start a live stream series for Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires, as per suggestion from the community. Thank you, by the way. So we've completed our Civilization 6 campaign as Korea 2 live streams ago. And right now we're basically taking a break from Civilization 6, and we'll be starting Total War Warhammer 2 for a more fantastical and more military-focused strategy game. And we're going to be playing as Queek, Headtaker for a... First of all, I've never played the Skaven before in Total War Warhammer 2, and I've heard that Queek, or as challenged by the community, Queek is quite the interesting character to play as and try to succeed as, especially in Mortal Empires. So just before we get started, I've started a Discord server. I've left a link down below, an invite link. Please, if anyone would like to stay in closer contact with me and with the Tactical Analysis Gaming community, I urge you to join the Discord server. I'll hang out in the Discord server about half an hour after the live stream to answer questions and talk and chill. And we'll be live streaming for about 3 hours today, I think. And without further ado, let's get to it. Be playing Mortal Empires as
we must preserve this
Queek,
world.
Headtaker.
No one
Alright,
controls
let
the
us
world.
just quickly make sure that all our rules are set up, and we just make sure that we understand how the Skaven play. Okay, so attributes, Skaven underworld, settlements appear to be ruins, right food, they need food as their main mechanic, which dictates growth and avoid starvation, right? And Skaven corruption affects public order and additional units. Okay, so Skaven corruption has a certain double-edged effect to it. Okay. Queek Headtaker steals a percent of XP earned by other lords. Okay. Loyalty -2 for Gracier recruits. So Graciers will not enjoy our presence. Okay. Melee attack plus fighting against dwarves and greenskins. Upkeep for storm vermin and clan rats, and army ability +2. Okay. And then our starting units are gutter runners, slingers, so skirmishers, storm vermin, sword and shield, and warp lightning cannon for the anti-monster effect. Okay, for our settings, we're going to take minimal advisor, help. We're going to do 60 minutes for battle settings, so that battles are long, and have enough time to play siege battles if those ever arise. And I think for battle difficulty we'll stay hard, and for campaign difficulty we'll also do hard because I think to not be facing off against cheesed out AI, hard is the most interesting difficulty level. So without further ado, let's get started. This is very interesting as a learning experience for me using a faction that I'm not used to, both in terms of battle and strategy. So this will be very interesting to come up with a particular strategic approach as the Skaven and Queek Headtaker, considering that the challenge with Queek Headtaker appears to be very hard at the beginning. Well, just in general. Skaven I don't think are all that easy to play as. From what I understand. Later game when you get access to storm vermin and Hellpit abominations and Rat galore and whatnot might be much easier to play as the Skaven. But as it is, this will be a challenge. But I'm up for it. I have some ideas of how to fight tactically as the Skaven, and once we get into the actual campaign map, we can discuss how we're going to approach our strategy, how to maximize Queek as a leader. Could the legendary lord himself define our particular strategy? Something along those lines. And basically, I'm not a lore buff for Warhammer, so I don't know all the intricate facts and juicy knowledge bits about the Skaven. I know enough about them to get a general sense of how they play and their general history, because I did play Warhammer Fantasy Battles way back when. So I've never actually faced the Skaven on tabletop, but I've seen them and I had half an army built, or yeah, half an army built. So we'll watch through the cutscene here, just to get us into the mood to play as evil rat things from down below.
Blessings
so
of
much
truth
for
to you,
the
Headtaker,
cutscene. Okay,
the
never
right
mind.
claw of clan Moors. You and your verminous ilk infest the abandoned mountain strongholds of the dwarfs, who still fight with the greenskins for control, seemingly unaware of your power. The city of pillars, your traditional haunt, is but a skitter leap north. This lair is fought over by dwarf and goblin things, but is rightfully yours. Further north, the peaks teem with more hated beard things. Manifest your obscene fury upon them, and let them discover why you are called Headtaker. On the periphery, the treacherous wastes herald a sandstorm of the undead. They may become a nuisance, but how you deal with them is for you to decide. For now, causing mayhem in the mountains may sate your verminous appetite. There are many heads to take, and so little time. Get to it.
Oh, quite authoritative are we there? Okay. So let's make sure we get mechanics understood. Skaven's world, ordinarily visible to other races, appearing instead as unruined. Here's me scout right. That Skaven faction requires stockpile of food, charming amount of food. Turn. Food may be gained from battles, from settlements, from buildings. Skaven corruption, settle lowering order over time, but giving additional use of below army battles. Right. Okay. Chapter objectives: occupy, loot, raise, or sack settlements. Okay. Just get a quick lay of the land. See what's going on here. So what's the province that we're in? Charnel Valley.
This is dark omen.
Okay, so we have the province capital, and there are the greenskins of the Arachnos tribe to our east. What is our preferred climate here? Temperate wasteland, savanna, mountain, desert, jungle. So quite a wide range to settle. Unpleasant is frozen, chaotic wasteland, and habitable, obviously the whole island gig and magical. Okay. Good. So we have two kings to our west, under Numas and the Necroc Brotherhood. We have dwarves to our south, and Sorn. Okay. And then there are dwarves and orcs northwards in Blightwater. Okay. Any specific resources? We have exotic animals, Arachnos, Granite, massive, nothing special there. The lizard men, I believe, are in this area here. Since we do start in the Southlands. There's nothing here. Darklands. So okay, so our main operating theater will be in around Nehekara, the Southlands, the mountains of Karak-Zorn here, and along these mountains. I think these are called the World's Edge Mountains, if I'm not mistaken. Hard to say. Okay. So our income is 2,000. Okay, decent. Food. Currently we have normal levels of food. The more food we get, the more leadership, and public order, and then the less. So having low food hampers our own economy growth, leadership as well as sacking and looting. Okay, so obviously aiming to keep a constant stockpile of food. It's interesting. So our main goal is to capture Karak 8 Peaks. Okay. And because of that we have negative public order. Okay. Interesting. So all you can. Freshly conquered territories often unspoiled Skaven get their paws in it, or variably devolve into a overcrowded pit of filth. As Skaven corruption increases, public orders increase by -5, but will provide all province is not by corruption, public orders increase by a maximum of 10. Public orders not affected by chaos or vampiric corruption. Okay, interesting. Now we have a total of 52 out of 105 possible food. Okay. Let's see what are the possible objectives here. So short campaign victory, we need Karak 8 Peaks. Maintain at least 50% of all owned provinces. Then we need Peak Pass all the way up in the north. Eastern Badlands, closer than the Silver. So basically, the short campaign is forcing us, or incentivizing us to operate in the mountains here. Destroy the following factions: Kadrin, Dwarves, and Clan Angrand, of course. And then 8 vassals or military allies. Kuhon, Altdorf, Drakenhof, Folk of Ages. So basically we need to Skaven Blight. Skaven Blight is across Black Gulf. It's not really in our theater of operations currently. Interesting. Maintain 60 units. Okay. What about long campaign? We need 100 units total and 17 allies and vassals. So basically everyone here. Hard to say what we're going to pursue here. Are we going to go for a long campaign victory or a short campaign? Probably aiming for a short campaign victory to make it a bit more manageable. And interesting in this case. Okay. So we're aiming for the short campaign victory because the two don't really differ that much, except that the long campaign larger army by the end, and everyone has to be a military ally. Fair enough. Okay, and obviously we'll try to aim for these chapter objectives to guide us and give us an extra resource of money. The objective here is occupy loot settlements. Queek has folk, retrank 5. For Queek, win 3 battles. Earn from raiding. Okay. Capture a bunch of battle captives. And complete 3 of the following missions. Okay. And do these missions are these the bonus objectives or missions missions
provided to us by the council,
probably by the council, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the reach rank 5 with Queek is probable before we complete the chapter. Win 3 battles. That's very likely. Rating possible. Battle captives. I mean that one. We'll see. And then three missions. I suppose we could aim to do that. So I think bonus objectives are within our reach. Okay. Now that we sort of have a handle of the geography and our overall objectives. Let's get into the more detailed elements of our campaign. So let's see. Let's look at diplomacy. Obviously, no. I'm pretty sure no one likes us.
It is night.
The Silver Host. They like us.
Priest king of greatest dynasty.
Hekara. Okay, this will depend on our particular strategy. So I'm thinking. Okay, so let's think of our strategy. I think a campaign into the southern Karak-Zorn province, or Southlands World's Edge Mountains, here to claim the Dwarven holds here is our first attempt, because once we clear out this southern area, we'll have basically a base of operations from which we can either expand westwards into Nehekara or head northwards up the mountains and maybe expand into Bretonia and the border princes in the northwest here. And also by, I think, taking over the south World's Edge Mountains, we might end up declaring war on the Lizardmen and clearing them out from the Southlands, sort of providing us this corner base of operations from whence we can campaign northwards. So let's focus on, like, phase 1 will definitely be to consolidate our position against the Greenskins, so capture Granite Massif and Mount Arachnos. And then from there, campaign into Karak-Zorn, which is down here. Which will be a tough fight. And then long-term wise, obviously, we're going to aim to advance through the mountains. But I'm thinking we act quite ambitiously. So long-term strategy, I think, is face off against the Lizardmen in the Southlands here, or whoever's in this southern corner, and secure our strategic position. Yeah, we'll campaign in this area. So first, we take over the mountains, and then we proceed into the jungle areas of the Southlands. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think I am mistaken. Anyways. We're not going to worry about the High Elves, we can't go there anyway. And we're not going to worry about Lustria or Nagorond. Our main area of operation is the Old World and the Southlands. Okay, so how are we going to achieve our conquest of the southern areas? So at this point then I think we should seek currently trade and peace with the north and the west, so that we can focus south and east. So let's first talk to Numas.
Land of the... Who disturbs my slumber? Who dares disobey?
No. Don't like us. Military
You
access.
define me?
What if we spice this up with some payments? Let's offer you 750. How about 600? We want to optimize the cost here. What about 400?
My will.
There we go. Okay, so we have a non-aggression pact, so that gives us some security from the west. And they're reliable, only likes desert, sated, and we're in the mountains. So we're waiting now on the improvement of our relations with Numas to maybe do a trade agreement. Okay, so we have that silver host, we have a non-aggression pact. That's probably not going to last very long. Okay. Red Fangs, we also have non-aggression pact, but they're unreliable. Quite large too. They're positioned all around here. Okay.
Let's get one thing on.
And I don't think they want to engage in diplomacy much, and I'm not interested in diplomacy either.
What?
Crooked Moon, Mutinous Gits. That's out of our reach, so that's none of our business. The Arachnos, that's who we are aiming for. And then where the dwarves carry here. They only have one province, but it's the main province capital, so that'll take some time for the nut to crack.
Mighty warrior champion.
What are our forces? Clan Rats, Storm Vermin with sword and board, some skirmishers, and Warp Lightning Cannon. What are our buildings?
Stench of
Clan Wars
others.
headquarters.
Too strong.
Income, food, growth, recruitment for Skaven slaves and Clan Rats. Income from all buildings, all regions in this province. Wow. Big on income, okay. Let's see, what's the garrison? A bunch of Clan Rats, Skaven slaves, Night Runners, Storm Vermin. Okay. It's a building browser. So we already have Clan Moore's headquarters. We have access to an obsidian quarry, which is for trade. Okay. Then Clan Pit, that's our main recruitment building, which starts with Clan Rats and leads into Clan Rats Spears with shields, and then Storm Vermin. And then to get Storm Vermin, we'll require the Construction Cavern and later the Warp Forge. And then to get the Warp Forge, we require, let's see. No, all we need is the Warp Forge. So if we want more Storm Vermin, we require the Warp Forge. Okay. Then we have Hidden Lair, which gives us access to Night Runners and, well, Night Runners and Night Runners with slings. Okay. Night Runners, right, they have range. Then we have Assassin, Hideout for Gutter Runners, and then more Gutter Runners and Death Runners, which require the Pestilent Knave. Okay. Then Weapon Burrow gives us access to Warp Fire Throwers, Deathcloak Bombardiers, and Poison Wind Globadiers. Okay. And it requires the Warp Forge anyway. Then Construction Cavern gives Plague Lock Catapult, Warp Lightning Cannon, Warlock Engineer. Then Warp Turbine Plant leads to the Doom Wheel. Okay. Pox Cauldron, Plague Monks, Plague Priest, Plague Monks, Sensor Bearers, gives us income, and obviously Skaven Corruption. Growth Veins gives us the Rat Ogres, and then later the Laboratory gives us Hellpit Abomination. Okay. For defense, we have these ridiculous covert choke points, these ridiculous garrisons. Okay. Then for infrastructure, we have Rattling Warrens, which is basic growth, casualty replenishment. Slave Wheels are basic income improvements. Okay, just a percentage base. Okay, that's sort of for later. This would be Slave Wheels stacking with the Clan Moors headquarters would be insane. Then we have Rubbish Pits, which is simply income. Everything generates income. I like it. Yeah. Rubbish pit that gives us untainted and recruitment cost. Sort of, again, war of attrition kind of. Just recruit lots and lots of clan rats. The Taskmaster's platform gives us public order, as well as, and then the Temple of the Horned Rat gives us Lord and Hero recruitment rank, and obviously experience. Okay, so this is growth casualty replenishment, this is income stacking, this is balancing Skaven corruption. So Skaven corruption, let's look at the breakdown of our public order. Corruption 8, taxes 4, difficulty right. I suppose for us, corruption would be good. Okay, what are our edicts? Sufficient planning, public order untainted, expansionist planning, construction, growth, martial planning, recruitment costs, and capacity. Exploitative planning is food and corruption, but less tax rate. Okay. What lords do we have available to us? Some pretty good loyalty there. Right, the warlords have higher loyalty than Grey Seers. Sieprich is pretty good with his loyalty, or at least his range is pretty good. Alright, the more armies we have, the upkeep will go up. That seems a little bit odd for the Skaven, because the Skaven of all the factions, along with the Tomb Kings, require numbers, because the Skaven aren't really based on quality either.
Horned One's realm weakens.
Assassin, Plague Priest, Warlock, Engineer. Okay. Good rights. We have the Dominating Scheme, which gives us growth and public order. After the Expansionist Planning Commandment over a province, that's the Construction Commandment, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Must spread out over.
The 13th scheme is Diplomatic Relations, more loyalty, and agent action. Okay. Then the Pestilence Scheme. Okay, this requires rank 7 for our Lord, for Queek. Pestilence Scheme will give us a particular kind of Pestilence Scheme Priest. Okay. Special Plague Priest, I assume. Pestilent Nave Building, which is this one. Okay. Then Scheme of Doom, which gives us the Warlock Engineer, or Doom Engineer, and requires 3 technologies. Okay. Interesting. And then our Skaven Corruption currently public order effects. Right, so basically, even as the Skaven, we don't want to just corrupt everything in Skaven corruption. Corrupt everything in Skaven corruption. I like that. We need to balance untainted with Skaven corruption to be able to level out public order. Okay, good. Let's look at our current recruitment.
More head skulls.
Skaven slaves, Skaven slave spears, and clan rats. Right. And Queek, as a lord, let's see what stands: stalking, chance of ambushing, march, ambush, raid, encamp, and use underway. Okay, interesting. Right, so yeah, Skaven brew. Right, okay. It stores greenskins, Nodwell, and right claw. Nodwell's right claw, right. Okay. So his skills, so the most efficient use with Queek is obviously Storm Vermin and Clan Rats to reduce the logistics burden on us, to reduce the amount of upkeep we have to pay, and obviously his advantages against greenskins and dwarves. But that's okay. We can roll with facing off against everyone else. So it's his abilities or capabilities: Warp Shard Armor, Dwarf Gouger. Right, that's more against dwarves. This is just more armor. Sneaky, missile resistance, tricksy, warpstone, weapon. That's really nice. Extremely distrustful. Rend and slaughter. Make examples. That's if we want more warlord leaders. Life is very cheap. Casualties, Skaven Slave and Clan Rats, Crimson Guard, Storm Vermin, Violent Rise to Power. And this is basic combat capabilities. Pack Leader, that's for Clan Rats. Infiltrators for Night Runners and Gutter Runners. Blastmaster is for special weapons. Respected and Feared is for Storm Vermin and the Specialists. Plague Monks. Molder Knowledge is for the monsters. Engineering Skill is for the War Machines. Right. Whip Smart, that's obviously what we're looking for. Gutter-wise. Warp Smart. Mutagenic Elixirs. Standard Diet. Right. Dictatorial. Reduces Skaven corruption. Okay, Ancient Cunning, that's ambush. Bonded service, recruitment cost. Looter. I like the sound of looter. Then Draft Master, Lightning Strike is just sort of a good thing to have in case enemies have reinforcements. Quartermaster's upkeep. Wary's action chance for leaders, for heroes. And then this is more loot. Okay. Alright. We're definitely probably going to start with the strategic campaign effects first, and then we're going to go into battle effects. Right, and all Skaven armies stalk, they don't march. Okay, so first we're going to consolidate Granite Massif, or the Charnel Valley province. And also get our technologies. Interesting, okay. Right, so we have different trees that all overlap to some extent, but the main is either ferocious plans or devious plans. One requires the Assassin's Hideout, the other one Clan Armory, which is access to Storm Vermin. Okay. Ferocious plans lead into Clan Rats, more loot, casualty replenishment, Skaven Slaves, Clan Rats, more Clan Rats, loot. So this is all for buffing Clan Rats and loot, which later leads into monstrous plans and volatile plans. And then record recipes, or effective recipes. Okay, then there are ruthless plans, which requires the Overseer's Lookout. What's that? Aha, okay. From the order building. Okay, ruthless plans. Growth and clan rat units, leadership, public order, loyalty for new recruits, campaign range. So this is sort of strategic improvements. Okay. Devious plans. This is more for the specialist range units. Night runners and gutter runners. Which leads to oppressive plans. Which does lead to Storm Vermin improvement through oppressive plans. It requires the Temple of the Horned Rat. Ensure absolute loyalty, eliminate the competition. Rule through fear. That's for Death Runners, best of the best. Storm Vermin, Masters of Infiltration. So to get to oppressive plans, we either need to go through devious plans or through ferocious plans to record effective recipes, and then down into oppressive plans. Okay. Monstrous plans, that leads to the monsters, right? Volatile plans leads into the special weaponry, then ingenious plans into machinery and more storm vermin elements for acquisition, protective gear. And then plans within plans, ultimate experiments and new warpstone uses. Okay, I think since we need to capitalize on a quick consolidation of the mountains here, and the main effectiveness of Queek comes from storm vermin and clan rats, we need to focus on the capabilities of our own clan rats. So we're going to head into ferocious plans. So we're going to build up to the to the clan armory, and in parallel we shall build the construction cavern into the warp forge to be able to build more storm vermin. Okay, so let's get to it. Let us build the clan pit to give us access to clan rats. Not that we don't have access to them anyways. Okay.
Yes, yes. We're playing Skaven. Yes, yes.
Okay. So at this point, the granite massif is probably not very well protected.
Not for all that's safe in the world.
However, here's the conundrum. Do we strike at the granite massif right now and consolidate the province, therefore letting Grievous Blackbog recruit a larger army at Mount Arachnos, or do we recruit a slightly larger army, head to Mount Arachnos, strike them there, sack the settlement, break the Orcish army there, and then head to the Granite Massif? Orc boys, goblins, goblin archers.
I refuse.
There's 6 units there.
Claymores.
I think I'd like to go for a more ambitious approach here and basically strike at Mount Arachnos first, destroy the army there, sack it, then run over to Granite Massif before any new armies are recruited. Because currently I don't see any army being recruited there, plus the garrison is relatively small. There's Musta Field, so they might start recruiting an army in Granite Massif, but I would think that they would consolidate their forces at Mount Arachnos first.
I, mighty warrior champion.
So let's see, how do we do this? Do we just go full-on clan rats, or do we form up a second line? So the way I see the tactics used, at least for clan rat plus storm vermin, is first line clan rats / Skaven slaves, second line storm vermin. So the clan rats charge in first, they take the brunt of the attack, or the brunt of the enemy damage, they die, that's what clan rats do and Skaven slaves do, and then the storm vermin come in and finish off whoever's left, because they're the elite core. So I'm thinking we actually go clan rats since we have enough money to do that. And we don't have much construction anyways. Yeah, we'll do that. In terms of diplomacy, we don't really need to do anything. There isn't much to talk about. Skaven corruption is okay for the time being. Right. Okay. So Mount Arachnos, sack it, run over the Granite Massif, conquer it, then come back to Mount Arachnos and take it. We just want to make sure that the Orcish armies don't get too strong, because the stronger the enemy gets, the harder it is going to be to deal with them.
Is dark omen.
Excellent. What's our population growth? So it'll take 30, take 11 points. Yeah. It's gonna be annoying. Oh well. Again, we're in no particular rush, right? Okay. Without further ado, let's get to the next turn. Let's see, we don't need that. Do need research available. Do need that. Do we need that? Don't need that. Take care of that. Lord not moved. Don't care of that. Don't care of that. Good. Alright, let's get going. So let's strike at the orcs at Mount Arachnos first. Break their army there. Sack the place. Get some money from it. What's the value of the extorted income? So it'll be some building generating. This is only going to extorted income, Mount Arachnos. So 1,200 if we sack it. Seems like it. So they're recruiting a second army under Snide Pigkissa. See, they'll have 7 units now, plus 6 more from the garrison. 13. They have 13 units now, 2 of which are lords. So they have 11 units versus our single lord, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 units. I think we do need to recruit some more up until we get probably a 20 unit stack. Then we can attack Mount Arachnos, I think.
Stench of others too strong?
Let's see, yes. Build the clan barracks. Again, we're aiming to get to the clan armory as quickly as possible. Right. Public order corruption is going down, so our public order is going to get bad. Okay, growth from food is increasing. Okay. So at this point, do we go with the clan rat spears or just basic clan rats? We have plenty of normal clan rats here. So I'm thinking we go with clan rat spears to have some. They don't have cavalry forces yet.
I refuse.
So probably just basic clan rats. We don't have any other ranged units except the gutter runner slingers. Yeah, let's roll with basic clan rats. Massed shock tactics are our gig currently.
Jog off.
Alright. Maybe even run over to Granite Massive, sack it, then run over. No, we have to focus on Mount Arachnos first. Oh, perfect. One of the supporting armies ran away. So all we need to do is run over, sack it, kill the army here, then run over to the Granite Massif and take it over. I think that's good. So I think Snide Pigkissa basically went southwards to take over the Lost Plateau, or counter any dwarvish insurgents or expeditions from Karak Zorn. Next turn we'll be able to start recruiting clan rats with shields, or at least upgrade them, possibly.
Need more trophies, yes.
Yes, I agree. So the army here is 7. We have 14.
Queek Headtaker.
Let's go with one more turn at least of recruitment.
All that's safe in the world.
Need more trophies, yes.
Yeah, heck, let's go with some clan rat spears.
Quick!
Good. Very good. I think either this turn or the turn afterwards we're gonna head and take over, beat down the Orcish armies at Mount Arachnos.
I am mighty.
Okay, they only have one more unit there. So now they have 8, 14 versus our 17. Okay, we built up the clan barracks. Right. Skaven corruption is now burning the land.
Gracious,
Okay.
come away.
Now we can roll with more clan rats, only with shields this time. Give that slight extra durability. I think we go and attack right now.
I refuse.
But then it's 3 more units that we're going to get the full army. Let's get the full army. So we have plenty of normal clan rats, so let's go with the spears. Okay, next turn we take Mount Arachnos. Well, we don't take it, we're going to sack it first. We're just trying to make sure to check Orcish strength so that when we go take over Granite Massif, they don't have 2 stacks of just orcs everywhere, and Skaven can barely deal with quality troops anyways.
Speak, speak! Be quick or I take your eyes with my tail!
No. We're not accepting non-aggression pacts. I need to make sure that the north is clear, or at least secured, before I head down southwards. Okay, here we go. Okay, then now they have 17 units versus our 20. We have a warp lightning cannon. We have the numerical advantage. Let's go get them.
Fight Queek!
See, they got a goblin wolf chariot, a whole bunch of orc boys, a bunch of goblin archers. Three uses of menace below. How much food is this going to take? Let's go with 50. Let's keep it balanced. Yeah, 5 uses of menace from below. Again, the key point here is shock tactics, and don't let Snide pig kiss it. We might actually end up doing this. Smash the army at Mount Arachnos, then go take down Snide Pig Kissa here before he recruits too large of an army, and then go for Granite Massif. Okay, that Goblin Wolf Chariot shouldn't be a problem. We've got a Spearman to deal with that, plus the Warp Lightning Cannon. I don't think the Orc boys will be able to stand up against Storm Vermin. The archers is no problem. We already have ridiculous numbers. And I think
Counter is
let's
ready.
just quick save, make sure that we don't crash, and let's get to battle.
Queek fight it all!
Heck, you know what? I don't think using menace from below, at least in this battle, is necessary.
Battle fight, yes, yes!
More food is good. More food is good. So we're going to position into 2 lines. First line, Clan Rats. Second line, Clan Rats plus Storm Vermin. The flanks will be positioned by spears. And then Gutter Runners, Slingers will probably skirmish with the Goblin Wolf Chariots. And then Queek is going to go after Greebit's Black Bog and assassinate the orc war boss. So we're going to position the worst clan rats in the first line. Thinking probably 5 units, 5 or 6 units in the first line, and then 5 or 6 in the second line. So basically a 2-wave attack. Because unfortunately, I think we could technically put the storm vermin in the center and then put the clan rats on the flanks to do a flanking maneuver or a flanking approach to combat here. Whoa. But I think a more shock-based attack would work. Okay, so let's get the bad clan rats here, flank them. Okay, so 5, then we're going to flank them with clan rat spears. So this is the first line. Because we want the spears on the flanks to protect from any goblin wolf chariots. And here I think depth is better than width. Then storm vermin will take the center here. Actually, we'll do 3 lines. We're gonna do 2 lines of clan rats. Now let me change my rotation speed. It's a little bit too reactive. There we go. Okay, right now we're actually gonna have 3 lines. The storm vermin with the clan rat spears will act as a reserve. Let's position the warp lightning cannon in a advantageous hill position. Right here. Get a good line of sight on the enemy. Here, however, we do need to leave some forces to guard, so we're probably actually going to do this. I'm going to leave 2 units of clan rat spears to defend the warp lightning cannon, so act as a reserve. So the storm vermin will just act as the main reserve line. So here we go.
Skaven, yes, yes.
There we go. Then storm vermin form the reserve, or the 3rd wave, shall we say. Let's see, the gutter runners will take the flank, probably operate on the flank of the warp lightning cannon, and Queek we want to get into the middle of the fight right away. And this requires just pure shock. Right, so we have a reserve flank on our left. Storm vermin will follow up the attack very soon. Good. Let's aim for the goblin wolf chariot. Actually position. Let's see. Let's get Queek on the main line here.
Ready, Master Guild, for the Vermintide.
Okay, clan rats so far holding the line.
Queek unstoppable.
Queek is making mincemeat of the warlord. Okay, time to send in the storm vermin.
Tyson, hurry! Our tail's yours. Clan rat spears.
Britannica.
Attack! Charge!
Queek Headtaker.
Yes,
Good.
yes, yes.
Time for the menace below.
Murder, kill, kill.
Yes, yes, yes!
Excellent.
Our tail's yours. Quick, quick! Onwards!
Well, unfortunately, the storm vermin got shot up by arrows.
What orders?
Let's see. Okay, so Queek has basically murdered their warlord.
Fight them! Quick! Storm vermin! Back on the ground!
We're gonna regroup the retreating clan rats. Let's go after the gutter runners, aim for the orcs. Good. Apologies if there was very little commentary here. It's really focused on the combat. Okay, enemy warlord is down.
Ready, ready!
And now the slaughter begins. Yep, we're going to send the storm vermin to the flank. Orc lightning cannon can fall back. Send the gutter runners off to kill. Okay, good.
Storm vermin! Our tail is yours! Skaven, yum yum!
Surprise! Get flanked.
Get going! Clan rats!
Yeah, Queek is great.
Clan rats! These snakes!
See if the warp lightning cannons can't do anything a bit more with these goblin wolf chariots. So let's bring the gutter runner slingers over here. Victory! I don't think we'll be able to catch most of these orcs, so I think we can end the battle here. Excellent. Unfortunately, the storm vermin got shot up a little bit, but it's no problem. Most of the clan rats ended up dying, and that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing. I probably should actually, when facing off against the orcs, should put the storm vermin in the front rank to lead the charge, hold the center, then have flanking reserves or wing reserves that also can flank around. That's probably the better choice, rather than just doing simple wave tactics.
Nothing to do with that.
No, we're just gonna sack it for the time being.
Fight traitors for Clan Moors. Warlord Queek Headtaker.
Root Marcher. That is the first skill that should be gone for. Okay, next target is actually Snide Pig Kissa.
What now?
Then maybe come over and sack Mount Arachnos again, and then we're gonna head over to Granite Massif. And at this point, I think we can actually merge our units. Maybe after this campaign, we'll merge them. Good. Lots of money. That's exactly what we're aiming for, basically.
Need more trophies, yes.
Alright, let's get closer to Snide Pig Kissa.
Victory! Hornet rats notice me.
Nothing else here to do. probably been a good idea to recruit a second army now, either with a Grey Seer or another warlord. Probably a warlord. Give us more flexibility. Since we have so much money, might as well spend it, right? Or save it. Try to keep the money. I think we're gonna save the money for other situations here. Yeah.
The right paw of Moors.
Mission issued, killed snide pig kisser. That's exactly what we're going for.
More head skulls.
First we have to attack Mount Arachnos again.
Die. Counter is ready.
Second.
Take still. Make quick rich.
Wow, quite the wow, okay, looter recruitment, that might not be bad, however, let's see, this will improve our own clan rats. Sort of considering a looter for more money, or bonded service to reduce the recruitment costs, since we are going to be recruiting lots and lots of clan rats, since they will be dying in droves. Or do we go dictatorial to sort of balance Skaven corruption? Or do we go for the pure combat bonuses for the clan rats? Thinking bonded service. Keep reducing that cost for all units. So bonded service. And then after we max it out, we can go for inspiring presence and then into pack leader.
Tell Nordwell of Queek's victory. Run for Moors. Attack! Attack!
Okay. What if we recruit another lord? Let's see. Probably warlords are better. Warpstone Hoarder, Fort of 9. It's for machinery and special weapons. That's not really good. Grey Seers wouldn't be bad either, but Queek doesn't really like Grey Seers. Vomik, strategist. Low loyalty though. Let's go with Vomik. We'll deal with the loyalty as it comes. The strategist capability is really good for Skaven. Speed is of the essence, basically, for Skaven. I could go for a Grey Seer, but that might be later on. So let's go with the Vomik. 5 loyalty. Okay, not too bad. Right.
Too weak to betray.
Alchemist, that's fine. That's fine. Elf thing, slave. Let's give it to Vomik because he's gonna be standing closer to the. He'll be closer to home ground, basically. So the elf thing, slave, will be better to use with Vomik. And at this point, let's recruit him an army. We can go with the shield as more melee defense. So we'll go with more clan rats. 2 clan rats to 1 clan rat spear. Okay, next turn we're gonna finish off Snide Pig Kissa and then march over to Mount Arachnos and actually just take it. There's no need to keep sacking it.
Clan Moors!
Anyone else open for negotiations? Nope.
Land of the dead.
Oh wow. Numas is getting hard pressed here. Ah, I see. Beastmen tribes roaming around. Okay. Good. That'll keep Numas busy at least. Push them away from our border. Raiden camp. Well, he ain't gonna be raiding much longer. We're gonna bring Vomi closer to Granite Massif.
Soon now.
Let's see. Right. Here we go.
Mighty warrior champion. Battles like
Destroy.
this.
Eat captives.
Consume them.
Don't need it. Sell them off. Also don't need
Release
to
slaves.
enslave them.
Pull batch.
More food is good.
Yes, Mimi stronger.
Good. Mission completed. Importance of Verminous Doom. We can hand that over to Vomik.
Guide us, Horned One.
Good. So Vomik will head over to the Granite Massif.
This way,
So there's
way.
a new Orcish army being recruited there, as expected.
Guide us, Horned One.
Alright, now it's time for Queek to go
Warlord Queek
capture
Headtaker.
Mount Arachnos. Let's go with Bonded Service. And
Slice and gouge. Counter is ready.
And how much food is this going to take? 20 food. Loot and occupy, yep.
Queek's riches, now Queek City.
Perfect. Okay, so what is the building browser here? So we've got defense, alarm tunnel. Got exotic animals. For trade, we have a weapon burrow possibility here for poison wind globadiers. That might work against the dwarves quite nicely. However, the dwarves are resistant to magic. Let's see. Let us see. The exotic animal tamer we're not actually that interested in currently, because there's no one to trade with anyways. But does it just give a flat... Does it give a flat income? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So I think here's what we do in terms of construction for Mount Arachnos. Since it's not in any particular defensive position, since we're going to take Lost Plateau very soon. Then we're going to take Karak Zorn, which has access to gold, and the dwarves are very likely to just stay put in Karak Zorn. So I'm thinking we do this. We build the exotic animal tamer, build the Rattling Warrens, or wait, no, which one is the... only the province capitals have access to this particular building. The slave wheels. Okay then. So no, let's keep the exotic animal tamer, just to have it as a point of income. Taskmaster platform, possibly. Or we could get access to hidden layers for skirmish units. Or weapon burrow. Like a temporary weapon burrow. Construction cavern. Don't need that right now, I'm thinking. And we don't need extra garrisons here. There isn't any threat from us, or to us, from Mountain Arachnos. We could go for growth vats, though. Rat ogres, I think, would be quite nice, facing off against dwarves. And since Karag Orud is taking its sweet, sweet time to grow, I think that might be a good choice. And I think we actually even do Rubbish Pit to reduce the recruitment capacity here.
Queek.
We have access to Skaven slaves or global recruitment. I think we do this. What's the global recruitment? It's quite expensive. Here, let's improve Queek to bonded service for the cheapest recruitment. So yeah, I think I will go with. We're gonna go with growth vats, which should lead us to. Which will give us access to rat ogres to help us take care of the dwarves at Karag Zorn. However, Pox Cauldron for the Plague Monks won't be bad. Plague Monks are pretty good, though they're not really armor piercing. Plague Block Catapult will be pretty good, especially in a siege. What if we go for both Construction Cavern and Growth Vats? We're not going to have any money afterwards then. Maybe Construction Cavern is the better choice here.
Which clan? I Headtaker.
Here we focus on income.
Where shadow horned rat.
I think Construction Cavern for the Plague Catapults. Yep. Go Construction Cavern here. And then Breeding Pit for the extra growth. So I think we're going to split our front now into two. We're going to have Vomik recruit an army in Karag Orud and proceed towards the Granite Massif. And then Queek is actually going to go off and raid Karag Zorn. He's going to go colonize Last Plateau and proceed towards Karag Zorn. I think that's what we'll do here. What are we going to do with all these clan rats? Heck, we could just merge them all. That's probably not a bad idea. It'll reduce our upkeep. Yep, we'll merge them.
Queek. I, mighty warrior champion.
So you can't move it anyways, so let's recruit some units. Currently, let's go for some Skaven slaves. Let's go with Skaven slave slingers. We need some skirmishers.
Queek.
Okay, and then for construction here, I think we will go with scrap heap, rubbish pit. Or do we go with rattling wards? Decisions. I don't think we need any of the complex. We don't really need night runners. We don't really need, you know, I don't think we need the Poison Wind Globadiers, even due to their armor-piercing damage. It's going to be reduced damage anyways. So I'm thinking we go with the Rubbish Pit. Reduce the recruitment costs, and though we don't really need that because Queek is going to be recruited to play Clock Catapults. Ugh. And no, we're not going for the growth. That's too expensive. Though tempting. Maybe just go with the Rattling Warrens. Rattling Warrens, or possibly Taskmaster's platform to roll. No, let's go with Rattling Warrens. Let's get that growth up for the Lost Plateau and Karag Zorn coming up.
Guide us, Horned One!
Right, no heroes yet. Technology, no access to it yet. Okay. Let's get going. So much money too. I love it. Didn't think that the Skaven would actually have so much money. Oh, hello. Gonna get out of here, thank you very much. Where the hell did that army come from? Wow, seriously, where did that army come from? Was that an Arachnos army? Looked like it.
You're not right in the head.
Rarthug.
Let me think about it. No!
Yeah, that was the army that was being recruited there. Okay, so we need to keep Vomik actually out of range of their march.
I order scurry move! Scamper scurry!
That was annoying. Reduced our recruitment at that point. It's alright.
All tails are mine!
Queek will be nearby to take care of any nastiness, shall we say. Let's go to the Lost Plateau, let's get that settled.
I Headtaker! Kill no fuzz!
Let's see, we completed those two. Raiding, battle captives. Okay.
Magic stick!
I think here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna search for treasure in the Lost Plateau, and then we're actually gonna unite with Vomik to take down the Granite Massive. Because if we don't take it down now, the orcs are gonna become a problem. Yep, let's do that. Yeah. Okay. So I think that strategy of putting down the Orcish armies before they get too strong was actually good. We might even forego the treasure hunt. That was a misdecision. Yeah, we're gonna retreat back to the Granite Massif with Queek and take it down, consolidate our initial province. While Vomik can work on recruiting his army further. Yep, that's perfect timing.
Keep Gracia scum away!
Though I would very much like to get the Lost Plateau. Though we do need to give time for Vomik to recruit his army first. Let's keep building that exotic animal pen.
Stink of command.
So next turn we can build or recruit a plague claw catapult. So yeah, let's keep Vomik recruiting
Send slaves.
troops. Good.
Mighty am I.
Okay, yeah, no, let's go get the treasure
Stab gouge.
hunt. Searching through the ruins, you find a hidden tunnel. Deep and bloody scratch marks as execution was the door shut to keep something in, or to keep something out. Send scouts to investigate. Oh well.
Warlord Queek Headtaker.
So we're gonna retreat to Mount Arachnos, and we're actually gonna recruit a plague claw catapult and some more Skaven slave slingers, I think. That'll give 2 more turns for Vomik to recruit his army. Then we'll converge on the Granite Massif. Very good. A little bit of a delay in destroying Mount Arachnos, but what can you do? We're consolidating our own strength at the same time. Let's also, I think, on this turn, take a quick look at what the overall situation is. See if there haven't been any threatening territorial changes, shall we say. Unhappy populace. Eh. Oh well. Yeah, so far nothing too frightening or important. The Silver Host, sort of. Right, Liberus and the Silver Host and Lamia. Okay.
Clanmores.
Let's go,
I say, move. Scally safe, quick.
well, it's gonna take 2 turns. I think in that case we bring Vomik over here.
I am Warlord.
Ah, yes, now they're recruiting their armies. We'll have Plague Claw Catapult be constructed with Vomik, some slingers, and then let's race
8 beats is mine.
Queek forward.
Settles to Scapamat.
There we go. Do we need the full breeding pit? Not right now.
Warlord Queek Headtaker.
No global options, so we're waiting on Vomik to get his Plague Claw Catapult recruited,
All tails are mine.
and then together I think we'll march against the orcs. So they are getting a little bit too strong for my taste. Okay, next turn we'll be able to upgrade to the Nest Lair. Excellent. And should have attacked the Granite Massif right after we finished off Snide Pigkissa. That was a mistake. That was a miscalculation. I thought Vomik could basically take down the Granite Massif him by himself, but no, I should have.
Clanmores is mighty. You are
What do you
not.
want, Carrickzorn? They demand gold from us? Get out of here, you dwarf. Come on. Shave your beard first, and then we can talk business. Okay, excellent. Now we can roll with some construction at kroq-gar. Well, we are about we are about to recruit an extra artillery unit for
Great leader.
Vomik. Might even throw in one more, plus a couple more slingers.
It beats is mine, mine.
Let's maintain support range here.
Warlord Queek Headtaker.
And let us recruit some clan rat
Clan Moors.
units with shields. Good.
My command.
So now we
What
can't
now?
recruit the toss that
Warlord, me.
and build up kroq-gar. There we go. So we got 2 missions out of our way
No one beats
and
better
faster
Queek.
than warp lightning. Well, we're about to play clock
Verminous
catapult.
valor.
And I don't see the dwarves from Karak-Zorn acting aggressively anytime soon, so I think that'll be fine for now. Let's focus on the Granite Massif here first. Ooh, chaos corruption spreads in Qatar. Kuatar.
Time to eat, leaders.
Right. Corruption starting to spread in kroq-gar. We might have to work on constructing public order buildings there, or something to reduce Skaven corruption. We'll think about it. Let's get the Granite Massif under our control, and then we'll work on it from there. From this distance, the Skaven, when they shout for the recruitment, they almost sound like crows. Well, I suppose they are rats. They have some crow-like nature to them.
Scamper for
Yep,
me.
artillery focus.
Fearful things.
Just to make things
All
cheaper.
tales are mine.
Okay, now our upkeep is actually really low.
I, mighty warrior champion.
Or is it the goblins? Probably actually the goblins. Yeah, it's the goblins who sound like the crows. Okay.
Master
Vomik
commander.
can recruit, I think, a couple more slingers.
Keep Gracie
And then next turn we can press on towards the... Well, in 2 turns actually, we're going to press on towards the...
I, mighty warrior champion.
Could we actually do something along the lines
I am
of...
mighty. Need more trophies, yes.
We could raid.
Which clan?
Maybe pull the orcish armies out and face them out in the field.
Gracie scum away.
Yeah, let's do some raiding.
Off ship, raid.
We can always retreat
Stink
and
of
face
command.
the orcs in the field instead.
No fool that's safe in the world.
Maybe even try to get one of these,
All the lower tails
try to get this
me,
bonus
me.
objective from raiding. Okay. Just giving a little bit of time for Vomik to be able to recruit his 2 Plague Claw catapults, or his second unit of Plague Claw catapults, and build up his army. Though our upkeep is problematic. Ah, Khemri and Numas are at war. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so yeah, Arachnos isn't attacking Queek yet. They're too scared and too weak. Good. More time for Vomik to recruit his army. Okay, once we take the Granite Massif, things should get very interesting in terms of strategic planning. Corn Tribe destroyed. That doesn't anything for Qatar though. Okay, one more turn.
Where next now?
Public order issues abound, but we don't really care much about public order as Skaven. That's not our gig.
Great leader.
Yeah, let's recruit some, heck, let's recruit some, Skaven slave spears, why not? To protect the plague claw catapults.
A magic stick.
I'd rather eat a squeak. Zook right off.
Okay, next turn we shall proceed against the Granite Massif. We might end up having sort of this massive field battle right outside of the walls. That's probably what's going to happen. Unless they come after Queek right now, which I don't think they're going to do because they're busy recruiting. But let's see. If anything, Queek can just retreat. And ah, no, they didn't come out against Queek. Okay. Well, then that gives us the initiative. Necroc Brotherhood destroyed.
No one beats better squeak.
Okay, yes. Now it's time for us to go and engage in combat. I mean, we won't be able to do this whole raiding objective, so we're gonna march over to
I order scurry move.
Mount Arachnos
Quick.
and engage in combat. We even ambush them. That's nice. We don't even actually need to. We don't even need to face this battle on the field, so we can just auto-resolve it.
Who dares challenge me?
Eat captives. Slave.
The feared power of Headtaker.
Orcbane, perfect. Queek doesn't like greenskins anyways.
Victory! Horned rat, notice me.
Okay, so for the Skaven, I think we do need to go for Lightning Strike first to be able to eliminate enemy reinforcements. So at this point, let's see, Bonded Service, Looter, Corruptive, not really interested in Corruptive, Ancient Cunning, Ambush Success, not too bad, but I think Looter, we need more money. Okay, so we have now access to the Warp Shard Armor Quest Battle, okay.
Mighty am I! Move your tails! Stab, gouge!
I think we want to attack with Vomik, let Vomik gain some experience. We're going to pause for the
Quick,
moment.
master owner!
Yeah, we'll encircle and then Vomik will begin the attack, because we want to attack the Orcish forces at the Granite Massif, their Plague Claw catapults, and then have Queek come in as reserve.
Kill no first!
Yep.
Who dares challenge me?
Not very good income, but that should change relatively soon, I'm hoping. And that should change once we take Carrick Zorn as well. Okay.
His dark omen.
Okay. Next turn we take down the Granite Massif. And that will complete the first chapter of our campaign, shall we say? Or from our objectives that are guiding us along. Actually, I probably should have just attacked the Granite Massif right then and there. Yeah. Yeah, that was my mistake.
I shall enslave the world.
Oh, we're about, or maybe it was a good thing that I waited for one turn. Let's see, Carrick Ord. Okay, for Carrick Ord, we would like to build the construction cavern and then later the clan armory to get access to storm vermin. Okay, let's fight this battle here and now.
Slay, maim.
All these orc boys. Ugh. So we don't need that much menace below. They don't have that many archers anyway. So
Time
let's
for things
save
to die.
and fight battle. The Skaven hordes go to battle. Are orc boys really that good? I don't think so. So I think at this point we're actually going to put the storm vermin in the front line so that they can kill as many orc boys as possible and gain experience from that. And plus orc boys against storm vermin, that is a mismatch made in the underbellies of the Warhammer world. Okay, so Vomik's reinforcements will take the left wing and position the Plague Claw catapults here. Will be a good position for the Warp Lightning Cannon. It's a bit of a hill position here. And there are these two obstacles. I think the left flank is a good position for the Warp Lightning Cannons. That's where the Plague Claw catapults will also deploy. So deploy them here. Good, we'll turn off fire at will, and we'll position the storm vermin in the center, flanked by Skaven slave spears. Why not Skaven slaves? Not Skaven slave spears. Clan rats with spears. There we go. And heck, let's add a couple more clan rats to the main line as well. Let's position ourselves between this rock here and this jungle here. There we go. Center will be unbreakable due to storm vermin. Okay. Then we can leave the clan rat spears on our left to protect the lightning warp cannon, plus form our left flank. Then we'll form the reserve behind. Then the gutter runners with slings can operate on the right flank, and the Skaven slave slingers can operate in the front and sort of just skirmish down whoever comes up. Queek can take the position in the center. Here we'll separate these because the storm vermin don't really need reserves. Let's get Vomik here over to help out Queek.
What orders? Attack! Yes, kill. We move.
Okay, here comes the horde. I'll be positioned in front of the warp lightning cannon here. Okay, so far the orcs are approaching. The Skaven slave slingers can take the central position behind the storm vermin. Don't want to get caught. Heck, let's charge. Let's get Vomik on the warlord as well. Let's throw in some more clan rats here as we are getting overwhelmed. Okay, very good, very good. Let's position these Skaven slaves behind. Let's get this clan rats with spears in the center. Plate clock catapults can get to work on those skirmishers. Queek is having a whole lot of time knocking around the orc war boss. Okay, let's fire into this blob here. Okay, let's get the left flank activated. Alright, let's split our fire. As the orcs are now falling behind and are now in full retreat, basically. Alright. Pause the fire. The orc war boss has broken, and now they will flee momentarily. Yep. G to the G. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see, can we get as many captives as we can? Unfortunately, because Skaven don't get much cavalry support, they can't actually get many captives. I mean, rat ogres fulfill the role of cavalry, but not as effectively as, say, normal cavalry does. Oh well. Successful battle. But again, Skaven against orcs, Skaven with greater numbers do win, even though they lose a lot more. Overall. But victory is ours, gentlemen. Yes, yes. Okay, so basically phase 1 of our consolidation is successful. Though not completely. Our main goal is actually Carrick Zorn.
Yes. Queek always wins.
Let's see, we have a lot of food here, let's get it to the maximum level.
Fight
Not by. scheme. Excellent. Whole bunch of money. Need to win one battle with Queek Headtaker. Well, that's gonna be easy. Gold Sigil Sword, not bad. Obsidian Lodestone for Vomik, not bad, not bad. Alright. So before we actually ever get to the Lizardmen here, we're going to need to face off against the Undead and Rasetra and Marak and Lamia. That'll be interesting. First, let's get Queek upgraded here. So we got Looter, let's go into Draftmaster and then Lightning Strike. Vomik, let's get you upgraded.
Victory!
And give you Root Marcher.
Now eat, swallow defeated.
Excellent. So I think we're probably gonna need 2 armies to take down Karag Zorn, because the dwarves are just gonna stack up on troops. But we do have very little upkeep, so I'm thinking we maybe head into the lands of Nehekara and raid with Vomik while we send Queek to besiege Karag Zorn. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so we don't need the clan pit in Karag Orud, so we can destroy it here. We'll keep it. We'll reconstruct the clan barracks in Granite Massif because I don't want to have a level 3 building in Karag Orud when we can have access to better buildings. So we'll build the first, actually, go for expansionist planning.
Great victory!
And after expansionist planning, we can actually get the dominating scheme up and running soon, possibly. Anything special in the Granite Massif? No, nothing at all. We might want a garrison specifically for the Granite Massif, actually, because it's on the border with the undead. But we'll think about it. Let's see, the Silver Host, Count Ewald.
To stand before me and ask.
Okay, so let's get.
Victory! Praise me!
Yes, praise you. Okay, let's shift some troops around here for Queek and Vomik. So Queek can get the skirmisher contingent is fine. Let's get the Plague Claw catapult to Queek. Shift the Clanrat spears over to Vomik. And let's get the Clanrats with shields.
I am greatest warlord! Yes, yes!
Excellent.
Well over.
So that each of the armies has a part of artillery pieces. Hey Burgone, welcome to the stream. Why is the stream so blurry? The stream is blurry because I'm streaming at 480p and I'm not yet a Twitch affiliate, so I can only choose a particular I can only choose one resolution, and to have the greatest access to an audience with good internet connection, I chose 480p rather than 720p output level. But once I become a Twitch affiliate, which should be in some time, then I'll have variable resolutions. That's why.
What?
So let's see. Okay. So Queek is going to head down southwards and colonize the Lost Plateau. And Vomik. Let's see what can Vomik do here.
Now eat, swallow defeated.
So we're waiting on the expansionist planning first before we construct any new buildings. Yeah. Okay, so public order is becoming quite a problem due to Skaven corruption. So we're going to end up, I'm thinking, either using the rubbish pit. I think the rubbish pit would actually be quite good in Granite Massif to reduce recruitment cost and make Granite Massif basically a military base. And then possibly construct the construction caverns in Karag Orud into the Warp Forge after that.
Guide us, Horned One!
Currently we can't really do anything else here. No technology yet. Okay. So we wait for the next turn. We don't need the 13th scheme. Not yet. There's no use for it.
I am greatest warlord! Yes, yes!
And we won't build the exotic animal market because I want to leave the money for our home province. So next turn we're going to shift Queek down south towards Karagzorn and towards the Lost Plateau and settle there. And then afterwards we're going to head... So first Lost Plateau, settle it, then head over to Karagzorn. Excuse me. Karagzorn and besiege it. While Vomik recruits up an army and sort of chills around, I suppose.
Your prestige
Perfect.
grows, my lord. News of your conquests spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
Well, we'll see about that. Right, the dominating scheme. Now we have a new chapter. Occupy, loot, razor, sack 6 different settlements. Okay, what's the new chapter then? It's that. Reach rank 12 with Queek. Win 8 battles. Research 5 techs. 5,000 battle captives and 1 quest chain. Well, we're basically doing all of
All
those
tales are mine!
in some shape or fashion. Okay. Okay, let's get Queek marching southwards.
Me superior! True tunnel!
Now we don't need to use the underway. Let's force march.
Set tails to scamper march! What?
Okay. It's a decent army, gotta say.
Guide us, Horned One!
Okay, so Vomik actually needs to take care of public order issues in the Granite Mass, or in the Charnel Valley.
Great leader!
And we've increased his loyalty to a very nice degree,
Knows
which is
I
great.
dominate.
And weapon will currently... Queek holds the gold sigil sword, so Vomik is just going to have to suck it up. Okay, so
Clan rats are not content!
income is a problem. Income is definitely a problem.
Now!
So let's keep Vomik in the Granite
This
Massif.
city,
He's going to have to
mine,
face
mine.
against a rebellion. We're going to build the clan barracks in the Granite Massif. Do we build the construction cavern here? I think we do, and then we burn down the construction cavern in Mount Arachnos.
Betrayal strong.
And then even maybe work on a Taskmaster platform to increase public order. That's probably what we're going to do. And the the scavenge pile will probably be good here in the granite massif. So we'll do that. Plus it's really cheap. We'll build the construction cavern here to allow us to build storm vermin. Build storm vermin, that's so weird. You don't build units, you recruit units. Okay, and we will go for the Taskmaster's platform. Ruthless plans, where are the ruthless plans? They're here. Okay, so that'll give us carve under tunnels, that'll be really nice. So we're gonna probably then shift our focus from ferocious plans into ruthless plans, since we're gonna have access to it first. And granite massif. Do we go with rattling warrens? To increase the population growth here? Or do we go for a garrison? So here's what I'm thinking to alleviate our income issues. So we're going to destroy the building here. So Queek is heading over to the Lost Plateau. Going to settle it. Vomik is going to take care of the rebellion that's going to occur very soon. In fact, we can recruit some no, we shouldn't recruit more units. There are too many of them anyways. Too much strain on the economy as is. So in that case, Vomik is gonna face off against the rebellion in Charnel Valley. Then once he's taken care of it, I think I'm gonna start raiding in Marak. Because Qatar, Qatar is a barren wasteland, so we're gonna raid on the eastern borders while Queek heads against Karak Zorn, besieges it, and then probably Vomik will make his way over to Karak Zorn to support the assault on Karak Zorn, but we'll see. So far, let's keep the money as is currently. And I don't think we actually need the dominating scheme yet. No, we can't recruit another army yet. It would be nice to have another army acting as a reserve, since Vomik can basically act as a separate, shall we say, wing leader. But our economy is strained as it is. Right, so there's an imminent rebellion. Granite Massif.
Watch your back, Tail!
Heck, we might even build growth vats here. So that's food generated, order efficient planning.
Clan rats are not content.
Right, here we go.
Run for Moors!
Dominating scene, and it's also 3,000 gold. Is for public order, growth, food, and recruitment. And we're not really working on recruitment right now.
Stink of betrayal strong.
Any other building that we can have in Mount Arachnos that basically isn't not economy? We could go with the public order building, the Taskmaster platform, increase public order to a certain extent. Or we could go with the rubbish pit to limit Skaven corruption. Now let's go with the Taskmaster platform. Yep. Oh, hey, Ferdy. Yeah, I took you up on your challenge for this new live stream series to play as Queek, Headtaker, Queek the Conqueror,
Gracious scum
um,
away.
on hard difficulty. So that's what we're doing now, for the time being. Alright, so Rebellion at Karg Orod Vomik will deal with it, I hope. Unless they have, you know, hell pit abominations everywhere. Interesting. Well, the High Elves are actually quite far from here. I didn't notice any High Elf, what are they called? Colonies. Though I am playing the Mortal Empires version of the Queek campaign, and I don't think the High Elves have any nearby colony. Let's take a look. Right, be at war with the following faction. Vampire conflict. Yeah, like the Queek campaign for the Vortex campaign, you start right next to High Elves, but the High Elves in the Mortal Empires campaign, they're right here. They might have a couple of colonies here or in Lustria, but in Mortal Empires, they don't have it. So I probably misunderstood you, and I actually should have done the Vortex campaign instead of the Mortal Empires campaign. But since we've already started it, we're gonna go with it. We're gonna roll with it as Queek in the Mortal Empires campaign.
Mighty warrior champion. Warlord, me.
Brahm, you are going to die.
Guide us, horned one.
Right, well, Mortal Empires it is. Okay, so Vomi can recruit a bit more of an army. Let's go with some clan rats with shields
Mine.
and actually kick one of these clan rats.
Master Commander.
Let's see, we've got to be a little bit careful here with our money. Tax -4, rating -3. The rating's gonna get
They will obey
gone
me.
soon. Let's see, do we go with an Overseer's Lookout? Or do we go with the Scavenge Pile? Counteract the ridiculous Skaven corruption that is here. Or do we go with Clan Armory to get the ferocious plans? I don't think I'm ready to get the Clan Armory yet. Let's go with the Overseer's Lookout and switch our technology to Ruthless Plans into harsh production quotas, set examples, murder dissidents, dissenters, and know your place. So we'll do that at Karg Orud. And also build the Scavenge Pile at the Granite Massif. And then Queek can go ahead and colonize the last plateau. And no, we already have too much food. Too little food.
Wear no furs.
Ferdy, I have a question to you regarding the stream. So I had a
Stench of others. Too
audience member
strong.
come by and comment on the blurriness of the stream.
No.
And do you suppose I should continue streaming at 480p, which I'm doing right now because I'm not yet a Twitch affiliate? Or should I do maybe 720p to have a happy medium between 480 and 1080, but still have a decent enough quality live stream to be attractive?
Warlord Queek Headtaker.
Let's see, Lost Plateau. Public order's okay. We're also building the Taskmaster platform in Mount Arachnos. FPS seems a little low. I think I have it set at 24 frames a second. which is standard. My PC is, man, I don't remember the GPU, but I have a 970M, GTX 970M NVIDIA, and I think it's an i7 processor, if I'm not mistaken. I'll take a look once again, once I finish the live stream. But maybe set the frame rate for the live stream itself to be higher, possibly. So we're gonna go for a lair, probably in the Lost Plateau. Let's see. Go for Rattling Warrens for super growth. Not necessary. Yeah, no, I know, yeah, right. Movement around the world map, because it is also a little bit jarring since I am looking at my stream on a second monitor, and while I'm playing it's all nice and smooth, but like this movement here that I'm doing when moving around the world map does look a little bit odd, considering the frame rate I have while playing. Well, let's save our money here. We don't really need anything on the Lost Plateau yet, and I think we could actually roll. See, Rubbish Pit. It's for recruitment and Untainted. And we don't really need a clan pit. Most of my recruitment happens in the Charnel Valley, anyways. So I think we'll stay off from any construction here. So we'll let Queek replenish and prepare to attack Karak-Zorn, besiege it, and then Vomik will come and support him. Once Vomik deals with the nasty dissenters. Yes, yes. Okay. Next turn.
Underground, overground, Skaven are we?
Pretty sure Karak-Zorn will be a massive siege battle, since the dwarves typically don't really move out of their castles much.
Should I?
No, I'm not paying you for a non-aggression pact, Karak-Zorn. We're coming at you to take it over for your gold. And we've encountered Karak-Azul to the north. They've been fighting the orcs, it seems, or to our northwest. Queek is strict, warp shard armor, gonna win the battle, silver host, vampire conflict. I'm not really ready for a fight against the vampires here.
Foolish thing, no! Stop, stop! Die, die!
I think we can auto-resolve this. They just have simple clan rats. Yeah, let's quick save. And auto-resolve this.
Win battle! Or else!
Enslave them, of course. We need that.
Headtaker!
Excellent. And we have a military crackdown for the time being, plus buildings, plus we have the Overseer's Lookout coming up very soon. Vomik, my man. Recruitment, dictatorial, corruptive. I think it might be nice to have the leaders be dictatorial.
Trust him for now.
Right, the leaders to be dictatorial or counteract the Skaven corruption that is just paralyzing us.
Warlord, me!
Or do we, in fact, actually go for corruptive? Bonebreaker, that's much later. Go looter, that's for looting settlements. Bonded service for recruitment. And since the Skaven units are paper thin, I think we're gonna go with bonded service anyways for Vomik to be able to recruit at a much cheaper cost. Yep.
Great victory! Tell the clan!
Okay, Queek. Let's see what sneaky missile resistance isn't really our concern for the moment. Lightning strike. Excellent. And then afterwards we can go into inspiring presence and pack leaders to improve our own clan rats. Good. Let's see, how many turns before we fully replenish? 3 turns. Before we can start approaching Karak Zorn. Mount Arachnos. Right. Okay, 3766, that's okay.
Even great
We
clans
could go for the
answer to
clan
me,
armory
me.
now and start researching into Driven by Hunger and start improving the clan rats themselves before we go into before we start attacking Karak Zorn. Yeah, you paper soldiers until you get storm vermin and rat ogres. Yep, and I'm basically headlong moving into storm vermin, and I think I will actually build the barracks here for the clan armory in the Granite Massif to get access to ferocious plans and start upgrading as we get into attacking Karak Zorn. Win 8 battles, battle captives. Right. Yeah, let's do that.
Victory!
I don't really have any other buildings I'd like to construct for the time being. So let's build the clan armory, have access to storm vermin.
Now!
And let's start marching Vomik northwards. Next turn, probably. Let's give him one turn of public order boost, and then march out towards Queek to besiege Karak Zorn. Good. Good. Next turn. I think basically, depending on how things go, we're gonna end the live stream after the siege of Karak Zorn, which I think will be a nice completion to this first phase, shall we say. First phase of this particular campaign. Purge the undead. I really don't want to enact this particular mission. I'm not ready to attack the undead. Marak, etc. What's their strength, by the way, the Silver Host?
No!
65. Like I could declare war on the undead and send Vomik to raid. But let's see, does he get attrition? Income, immune to attrition, so that won't be a problem. He can fight around the Granite Massif.
To eat, leaders.
Maybe even go sack Maroc? Heck, let's go do that actually.
Guide us, Horned One.
We'll send Queek over and start besieging Karak Zorn. Next turn we'll get on the march and besiege Karak Zorn afterwards. And fine, yeah, let's enact the Purge the Dead things. And
Skaven warlord. Strike forth.
we're gonna basically
Stink of command.
engage in a standoff army against the Silver Host. I just want to raid them, that's all. They don't like me anyways. We can take their money. Heck, maybe even spread Skaven corruption while we're at it.
Warlord, me.
Alright, next turn we declare war on the Silver Host, and Queek marches out from the Lost Plateau towards Karak Zorn. Good. We're basically gonna try to bait the undead to come after us. And heck, maybe we can even sack some nice settlements. Like Maroc, we're probably going to sack. Though I just saw some settlement get razed. That might have been Maroc. And I'm not in any particular shape of attacking massive cities with Vomik. But we'll take a look what just happened. See, so far no serious threats. Again, the dwarves are as immobile as always. It's a builder. Strict. That's nice. Yeah, Maroc just got burned. I wonder who burned it down. Probably Liberus?
I am warlord. Bow to me,
Yep.
me.
Liberus.
Bring me Neferata's head.
High Queen Khalida. Alright. That's probably why the Silver Host is quite
Darkness
weak, is
comes.
because of their war against Liberus.
Libaras shall rise again.
Yep. So let's capitalize on this momentary power
Now,
vacuum in
To
the
stand
east.
before me and ask
Break
proves
the
you are no
non-aggression
craven,
pact.
but cowards often live longer.
And let's see, we need to declare war within 3 turns.
Warlord, me.
Let's
Scurry
not
forward.
take any attrition yet. Maybe even start heading towards Resetra, plunder it, possibly. Okay, and now Queek can start marching towards Karak Zorn.
More head skulls.
And as
My axe
always, there
thirsts
is
for
a
war.
massive army. There's a massive army at Karak Zorn.
For the wisdom of Valea, my axe thirsts for war. For the wisdom of Valea,
Warlord, quick Headtaker.
I don't think our current
My
forces
axe
are strong
thirsts
enough
for war.
to take care of the dwarves.
Guide us, Horned One.
What if we switch Queek over? Underground that would normally be impassable, immune to attrition. Maybe march from the Lost Plateau towards Resetra. And maybe face off in the east and then return to Karak Zorn once we're more prepared. Since we are building the
What's your back to?
granite, we're building the clan armory in the Granite Massif. We can maybe campaign in the east first, gain some income, or loot in this case. and then proceed to recruit a Storm Vermin-based army, and then head over to Karag-Zorn. That goes against our original plan, but that might be the case as we're also losing food. That might be the case, because Queek alone can't take down with the current army all these dwarves. Not in a siege.
For the wisdom of Valea.
Yeah. We'd need agents or a stronger army. I think we do want to shift our attention over to the east. So that is what we'll do.
Distance to cover.
Research. Well, we're gonna have ferocious plans next. Oh, in 2 turns? Fine, let's work on ruthless plans for the time being. We'll work on ferocious plans a little bit later. Once we end up going for Karag-Zorn to improve the clan rat's strength. Yep. Did Libris just burn down Maroc and now they settled it again? How weird. How quaint. These undead things are, no pun intended, brainless. That was in the Southlands, right?
My servant fails me.
Oh, hello.
This is forbidden.
Tomb King rebels on Resetra. Interesting.
All tales are mine.
Yeah, they burned down Maroc and now they've settled it. Odd, very odd. Okay.
What now?
Alright then. Let's get Queek over to Resetra.
Now, Scotty. Hornet One watches me.
Vampiric undead, so that's not going to really aid us against the Tomb Kings here.
Master Commander.
I think let's get to raiding.
I order scurry move.
Though there's nothing to raid. Well, at least we can reduce our attrition.
Warlord Queek Headtaker.
Ready.
Karag-Zorn, why is their diplomacy improving? Because military actions against Arachnos. Well, that ain't gonna go
Asap
for too much.
smiles on us.
Court of Libris, I would not like to fight
An
you at the
audience.
moment. So let's
Very well. Yes.
go for a non-aggression pact.
Agreed.
And trade. Finally someone to trade with. And military
My
access. Very good. Okay, so Court of Libris, not interested in fighting them yet. Let's capitalize on the weakened Silver Host currently. Harsh production quotas, growth. Yep, let's go with that. Okay, so the next target, next turn, the target this upcoming turn will be Resetra and these Tomb King's rebels. Ooh, hello. Lizardmen coming up. Everyone is capitalizing on this power vacuum in the east. Interesting. So Court of Libris, the Last Defenders, and the Tomb King's rebels are facing off against the shattered Silver Host here. This will be interesting. Though we're not quite ready to face off against any massive war against the Lizardmen, nor the Court of Liberus. That is kroq-gar. Yeah, the Skaven are not ready to face off
Need
against.
more trophies, yes, yes.
My faith in you wanes.
Guide us, Horned One. More head skulls. Mighty am I.
Let's see. What would the odds be here if we attacked?
I challenge. Kill. Kill.
Ambush. We don't even need to. We don't even need to fight this battle. So let's just auto
Slaves
resolve it.
work than that.
Beautiful.
Swell the heart of Moors.
Let's enslave them. We'd like the food.
Yes, Mimi stronger.
Warp Shard armor. With Queek's enemies defeated, he is prone by his pitiful inferiors to return to his previous clan Moor's duties. After all,
Tell
Nodwell
Nodwell of
would
Queek's
not
victory.
kindly splat the rat or be the bigger rat. I think Queek would say splat the rat. So we need earn more from raiding. Okay. So at this point we do need to besiege Resetra.
Kill no furs.
And we can even take it right now. Let's do it.
Battle fight, yes, yes.
I think we could sack it. Gain that income.
Send minions. Find treasure Warstone.
The one problem will occur here.
I am
Let's
greatest
see, so
warlord.
kroq-gar's probably...
Yes, yes.
kroq-gar's not going to take it, so I think we'll raise Resetra
Well,
very
no
soon.
furs.
Okay, so we have that. Quartermaster upkeep. Wary, mine all mine. No, I think we're gonna go with Inspiring Presence for pack leader, improve the clan rat's capabilities. If not respected and feared, to start improving our own storm vermin. Inspiring Presence.
My command.
Fomik, keep going with Bonded Service.
Fight. Good, good.
Currently do nothing. Alright.
Keep
So we actually need to get Queek back home to the Granite Massif. Hey, careful now. Need to get him back to the Granite Massif and start recruiting Storm Vermin to face off against the Dwarves. And then at this point we can build the scrap heap to reduce recruitment costs. Very good. So yeah, next turn we are going to
It beats is mine.
burn down Resetra, and Queek actually needs to make haste back to the home province and start recruiting a new army. Or at least replace his army with Storm Vermin.
Who? You?
And Vomik next turn will burn down Resetra and raise it. That was redundant. We'll raise Resetra and make sure. So this is how our strategy has evolved because of the power vacuum in the east and everyone jumping on the poor silver host. I'm going to, instead of fighting a war against both the Last Defenders and the Court of Liberus, which I'm not really interested in doing for the time being, I'm going to despoil the area in the east and focus my attention on Carrick Zorn, because that's the prize that I'm waiting for right now. And once we've taken Carrick Zorn, then we can think about either moving east or west or northwards into the mountains.
Another Praise me!
So that is our current strategy, so to speak.
Ratagrash!
It is time.
No, Karazorn, you are in our target reticle. So we'll go on to the next turn. Let's see what happens. Resetra will either be sacked again or raised, probably raised. Sort of delay any Lizardmen or Tomb King development there. Why did the Lizardmen declare war on Karazorn? No idea, but they did. That's not too bad. All right.
I have many enemy foes.
Resetra perishes.
Stab gouge! Yes! More
Quick save. I
slaves
think we
for
can
me.
we can auto resolve this. If a whole bunch of our troops die, it won't be a problem.
Fight! Kill!
I'm gonna recruit new
Death
units soon
frenzy!
anyways. And we raise the city.
Bring ruin! Yes, yes! I'm deadly!
And bonded service.
No
We
tunnel!
can try to get away from the lizardmen of kroq-gar.
I say, move, move!
Okay, good.
I, mighty warrior champion.
Next turn we can start recruiting storm vermin finally. And once we have a main line of storm vermin, the dwarves won't have anything to stop us with.
Realm wakens.
Though we will need Vomik as our support core, so to speak. And I'm considering here, do we go with a garrison at the Granite Massif, or do we go with maybe a Rattling Warrens to increase the growth of Karag Orid? It's just the Granite Massif is quite useful to us since that's where the clan armory is. So I'm thinking we go with a garrison. And to make sure that Liberus and the last defenders have trouble pressuring us. So we need to keep our eyes open on the last defenders here. Might even go for a non-aggression pact at some point, since they really, really like us apparently, or will be liking us very soon.
Guide us, Hornet One!
So I think at this point, so Queek is going to park in the Granite Massif, and we're going to switch the what's its face. We are going to switch the edict or commandment to the recruitment commandment, and we might actually even enact the what's it called, the dominating scheme. Yep, to reduce recruitment costs. That'll probably be next turn once the commandment takes into effect. So let's get martial planning, and plus we need to get Vomik up here to get some troops
Queek is here.
shuffled around.
All tails are mine! This way!
And I think at this point we can actually merge units to reduce the strain on our upkeep. There we go.
Who? You?
And we can kick this unit, disband it,
I, mighty warrior champion.
just to increase our income for the next turn so that we have a greater pool to act with to recruit a whole bunch more storm vermin. Okay, we don't really need a lord, but okay, possibly Grace here sometime soon. Harsh production quotas, then we're gonna go into ferocious plans. Right, Skaven corruption is high in Karg, Ormud, and whatnot.
Where shadow, horned rat.
And then the dominating scheme costs 3,000 gold. Ugh. But at least the recruitment cost is minus 25%. Stacked on Queek's ability of what's its face? What was his ability? Minus 50. Oh no, that's upkeep. But it stacks with his capabilities that I gave him with bonded service, so it's going to be a minus 40% recruitment cost to Storm Vermin, and Storm Vermin now costs only 670, and they will cost even less after the commandment takes into effect. Martial planning, which will be minus 45% recruitment cost, which is exactly what we're looking for.
Horned one watches me.
Now we can kick this clan rat unit because it's without a shield.
Send slaves.
Good. So we're basically going to have Storm Vermin, which costs about 600 or so. The Skaven go to war, as it says, or as it seems. I honestly think once we get Storm Vermin, Karagzorn shouldn't be a problem. The problem is, once Queek got over there is, oh wow, Numas is destroyed. I wonder who destroyed them. The problem is attacking Karagzorn. The problem was attacking Karagzorn was that the units that we had could not stand up against Dwarvish units, but now that we have access to Storm Vermin, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So who oh, Brayherd's coming. Don't care about that. Is this Khemri? No, this is the Dune Kingdom down in Kasabar. Might want to talk to them.
Tomb King of Nehekara. Tell me, creature, how will negotiation...
They don't care. I don't care either. Okay. That's fine.
Ratagrass!
Okay, so we need as many... Let's activate the dominating scheme. Increase growth, reduce recruitment costs. Storm Vermin costing 370 gold. This is incredible. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Alright.
Quick!
Super cheap. Okay. So let's get Vomik. So we're not going to need spearmen anymore for Queek, so the spearmen can run over there. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's give one more Skaven slave slinger. Vomik's army is set and can march northwards towards Karazorn, while Queek Headtaker recruits a whole bunch of Storm Vermin. Let's see, 6 Storm Vermin. If we do 2 sets of 6 Storm Vermin, I think we can do this. Yeah, 6 sets of storm vermin.
Verminous valor!
Or 2 sets of 6 storm vermin each. And then we can... No, we're not going to improve the garrison at Granite Mastiff just yet. Carve under tunnels. Driven by hunger, casualty replenishment rate, always more besides. Numbers. It's for Skaven slaves. It's clan rats, armor for clan rats. I'm not interested in that as much anymore, so we're probably actually going to go for set examples into carve under tunnels to increase our speed, our strategic speed, and then maybe even go into murder dissenters just to get that slight public order boost. Set examples, because leadership against the dwarves is not our strong suit. Okay. What's up with the vampiric corruption here? I'm not liking this.
Need more trophies.
So we're gonna send Vomik into a position on the border of Karagzorn. Maybe actually even pause in Mount Arachnos or the Lost Plateau.
Omen.
We'll see.
Soon.
Right now we're busy mobilizing the storm vermin. Our income is gonna get wrecked, but storm vermin demand it. Oh, you know what Vomik is gonna go do? Vomik is gonna go raid Karagzorn and get some income from them. Shadowgore Warherd declared war on the Silver Host. Everyone wants a piece of the Silver Host. Ah man, what's next to fall? Lamia, I think. Okay, Queek is a builder now.
My command! March!
Alright, Vomik, get going.
Which clan?
And we will go raid. Warp Shard Armor. We're gonna get that raiding income quite soon.
Queek.
Right, one more turn, and then we can recruit another set of Storm Vermin. And we shall be good. And we shall be good.
Get your paws off!
So we might even build the lair here just to increase food capacity. Because we have so much surplus. Nah, it's okay. We'll leave the income until we take over Karagzorn.
So I Headtaker.
Yep. Let's keep going. So I think tomorrow I'll be live streaming Battle Brothers for a nice long period of time. Maybe like at 12 p.m. Eastern Shore, maybe? Eastern Shore time? Maybe 1? We'll see. But Battle Brothers definitely tomorrow. I'll keep updates on the Discord server and on my Facebook page on tomorrow's Battle Brothers live stream. Alright, so far so good. The one thing, it was unfortunate that Chaos Stirs. Interesting. It was unfortunate that the Court of Liberus and the Last Defenders just exploded into the east. That sort of pushed us out of there, because we're in no position to fight Lizardmen currently.
Bow to me. Stink of command.
All right.
Scum away.
So we do now have a line of storm vermin. We're gonna go with respected and feared to improve our own storm vermin. And our income is actually really low, so probably we're not going to go for more storm vermin. Probably clan rats or even Skaven slaves actually instead. Let's see, how long is the dominating scheme gonna last? 3 more turns.
Need more trophies. Yes.
I think we do go for the storm vermin.
Quick.
Just have them, and then that will basically force us to go raid and pillage more to get the income to be able to support such a large storm vermin army.
Guide us, Horned One.
It should be fine. We shall act Napoleonic, so to speak. Alright, so to squeak. So to Queek. Alright, I'll shut up. Okay. Let's get going.
Mustn't spread our own corruption.
It's also good that we have storm vermin with halberds, since the storm vermin with sword and board would have problems against the dwarves anyways, because sword and board don't have, shall we say, armor piercing damage, and the dwarves love their armor. See, so we've encountered a Khemri now. Let's see where they are. They've taken over Numas, if I'm not mistaken. Or Qatar, that's been to the western flank. Yeah, they've settled Qatar. Let's see if we can talk to Cetra and get something, a little something going.
Do not invoke the gods around fool.
Okay, how about we spice this up with 400 gold? How about that? Yeah, the dwarves minimum armor is probably, I think, 40 armor or 50 armor on their rangers, if not 80. The dwarves are insane in that case. No? Okay, how about we go 750, Cetra? You drive a hard bargain. Okay. How about 1,000? That'll be my last offer for a non-aggression pact. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. Alright. Okay. Vomik, you'd better get started raiding.
Now! All tales are mine. Scapascurry. Keep Gracie.
Right, next time we're gonna get all our storm vermin up. Right, no diplomacy here. Right, set examples for the leadership. And
My axe thirsts
it's
for
interesting that
war.
the Kargzorn hasn't really improved
For
their
the
armies that
wisdom of
much.
Valea.
We're actually probably going to
My
have
axe
to do
thirsts
a
for
large
war.
field battle against
For
Kargzorn,
the wisdom of Valea.
and then besiege it and take it over. That's probably what will happen. But it's interesting that they don't have 2 full stacks. Maybe they don't have enough resources for it. Well, that's the idea, right? Okay, Okay, but we're gonna take a massive hit to our upkeep right now due to all the storm vermin, so we'd better get moving on Kargzorn right away. So actually I don't think we're gonna do the Battle of Kargzorn this turn. We're gonna get Queek into position and Vomik into position. And we're gonna end the live stream just before we go to war with Kargzorn. Unless they declare war on us first, obviously. In which case, Dwarf Gouger will have fun. We have Scheme of Doom, but will become available in one turn. Okay.
Mighty am I! This way!
348, that's pretty good. And Queek needs to beat feet, or beat little paws over here to
Keep Gracie's scum away.
to get to Kargzorn,
Headtaker might soon.
as we have very little money. Okay, research now. Let's go for carve undertunnels for the extra strategic speed. Alright, Kargzorn, your days are numbered.
For war.
Need more trophies, yes. All tales are mine!
We have enough to last. We have enough money to last before bankruptcy for a little bit, which is good. Enough to basically sack Kargzorn and get really filthy rich.
More on your bones I shall if you make offer barter I hate.
Defensive Alliance for 100 gold. Hates vampires, Kingdom Come, powers everything. If we do ally with them, that would basically be an alliance against the lizard men in the future, and possibly force us to head towards Khemri or northwards into the mountains rather than go for an eastern strategy. But yeah, let's do that for the time being. Yeah, let's be allies for Liberus currently.
I left Claw of Northwell. You right.
Non-aggression pact? Nah. We're raiding your territory. We ain't non-aggressing, Kargzorn. Come on. So the Silver Host is destroyed, so Liberus has now established their position in Devil's Backbone. Interesting. I can foresee a war against the Lizard Men after we take over Kargzorn.
I am Warlord!
Right, let's not get Vomik out too close to Kargzorn so
wisdom
he
of Valea.
doesn't get swarmed.
I, mighty warrior champion. Into Under Empire. Distance to cover. Run, fools!
Alright. Let's keep going. Just a few more turns and Queek will be in position to strike. Though I'm a little bit wary of Khemri. They probably won't come after us anytime soon. The climate, they don't really like the climate of... I don't think Khemri likes mountainous climate. So we should be pretty safe from Khemri. excellent. More money is good. Facing off against Skaven. Where is this? Probably get the Warp Shard armor after we take Karak-Zorn. Or heck, maybe even go do that beforehand. Passive ability, Warp Shard armor, minus 18 armor. That would actually help against the dwarves. Melee defense armor. Yeah, so we need to go to a town, I believe, or go from.
Magic stick. Clan Moors.
Here we go. Teleport. That'll cost 500. Okay, I think in that case we should go for the Warp Shard armor quest battle. We'll definitely be able to take this down. We have ridiculous amounts of storm vermin. We have our artillery. We have some ranged troops. The enemy forces have mostly clan rats and whatnot, so I think we'll be able to do this. So let us teleport now and save the live stream then and there. Oh yeah, this will be really easy. Okay, so we're gonna quick save. And at this point, I'm gonna call the live stream. So our strategy right now is complete the quest battle for the Warp Shard armor, then teleport back. Vomika will continue to raid in Karak-Zorn territory, and then we will attack the Karak-Zorn armies out in the field, hopefully defeat them, besiege Karak-Zorn, and take it, and that way we will consolidate our position in the World's Edge Mountains. I thank you all for joining me for this live stream. I'm gonna go hang out in the Discord server for another half an hour if anyone would like to talk or, you know, just hang out. The link to the Discord server is in the description down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel if you like the content there, and I make weekly content. Follow me on social media where I post updates. And I hope everyone has a good day, evening, morning, or night, depending where you live. And I will see you tomorrow, where we will return to Battle Brothers. Thank you very much.